Sown in sweat.
In a small village between rolling hills and babbling brooks, there lived a humble farmer named Oliver. His days were spent toiling under the relentless sun, tending to his crops in a vast, barren field that stretched as far as the eye could see. Oliver's farm was once a vibrant oasis, bursting with life and color, but over time, it had withered into a desolate patch of scorched earth. One gloomy morning, as Oliver surveyed his despondent land, a weary traveler named Ella approached. She wore a tattered cloak and carried a satchel slung over her shoulder. Ella noticed Oliver's downcast expression and decided to strike up a conversation. "Good day, kind sir," she greeted, her voice soft and warm. "Your fields seem to have lost their vitality. What troubles your heart?" Oliver sighed heavily, wiping beads of sweat from his furrowed brow. "My once thriving farm has succumbed to the harshness of time. No matter how hard I work, the crops refuse to flourish, and my family suffers." Ella, with a sympathetic gaze, offered a solution. "I've heard whispers of a wise old sage who resides in the mountains beyond.
They say he possesses ancient knowledge that could rejuvenate even the most desolate of lands." Determined to save his farm, Oliver thanked Ella and set forth on a journey to find the sage. The path was rugged, and the mountains loomed ominously in the distance. After days of relentless trekking, Oliver reached the sage's dwelling, a humble cottage perched on the edge of a precipice. The sage, an elderly man with a long white beard, welcomed Oliver with a nod. "I sense your troubles, young one. The earth beneath your feet yearns for the touch of hard work and dedication. But remember, not all hard work is created equal." Perplexed, Oliver listened intently as the sage shared a tale of two brothers who had faced a similar predicament. The sage spoke of Ethan and Liam, siblings who inherited neighboring plots of land from their father. Ethan believed in shortcuts, the sage explained, and sought the aid of magic to bolster his harvest. He performed elaborate rituals, hoping for a bountiful yield without putting in the sweat and toil required. Liam, on the other hand, embraced the virtue of hard work. He plowed his fields diligently, watered his crops, and nurtured the soil with care.
As the sage recounted the brothers' fates, it became evident that Ethan's magical shortcuts had led to a temporary burst of growth, but his crops soon withered away, leaving his fields barren and lifeless. Meanwhile, Liam's earnest efforts bore fruit as his farm flourished, becoming a symbol of resilience in the community. Oliver, enlightened by the sage's tale, returned home with newfound determination. He worked tirelessly, day in and day out, following the path of Liam. He plowed the dry earth, watered the parched crops, and nurtured the soil with the sweat of his brow. Seasons passed, and as Oliver persisted in his labor, a transformation unfolded before his eyes. The once barren fields began to show signs of life. Tiny green shoots peeked through the dry soil, promising a harvest that seemed impossible not long ago. One day, as the first fruits ripened on the branches, Ella returned to the village. She marveled at the sight of Oliver's now thriving farm. You've turned your desolate land into a garden of abundance. How did you achieve this miracle? Oliver, humbled by the sage's wisdom and his own perseverance, shared the tale of Ethan and Liam.
There are no shortcuts, no magic spells to replace the value of hard work. I learned that the only path to true success is the one paved with dedication, sweat, and unwavering effort. The village, witnessing the transformation, celebrated Oliver's triumph over adversity. His tale spread far and wide, becoming a beacon of inspiration for those who faced hardships. The moral of the story echoed through the hills and valleys, reminding everyone that in the face of challenges, there is no alternative for hard work. And so, Oliver's once wilted garden became a symbol of hope, proving that even in the saddest of tales, the seeds of resilience can bloom into a harvest of triumph. In the neighboring village, across the river, there lived a young widow named Clara. She faced a life of hardship, trying to provide for her 3 children after her husband's untimely demise. Clara's tiny plot of land yielded barely enough to sustain her family, and hunger lingered like a shadow in their modest home. One day, Clara heard tales of Oliver's miraculous transformation from a barren field to a flourishing farm.
Intrigued and desperate for a solution, she decided to visit Oliver and seek his guidance. As Clara approached Oliver's farm, she found him tending to his crops, the beads of sweat on his forehead reflecting the effort he poured into his labor. Hesitant but determined, Clara greeted him, "Good sir, I've heard of the wonders you've worked on your land. My children and I suffer from hunger, and I seek your wisdom to turn our fortune." Oliver, empathizing with Clara's plight, invited her to share her story. Clara explained her struggles, the barrenness of her land, and the hungry mouths she struggled to feed. Moved by Clara's sincerity, Oliver considered her plea. "Hard work is the key, my dear Clara. But it's not just about the sweat on your brow, it's about the passion in your heart. Let me share another tale with you." Oliver recounted the story of 2 friends, Sarah and Michael, who faced adversity in their respective lives.
Sarah, burdened by debts and misfortune, sought a quick fix through deceit. She manipulated others, hoping to escape her troubles without putting in genuine effort. On the other hand, Michael, facing similar challenges, chose the path of honest labor. He worked odd jobs, saved diligently, and slowly but steadily improved his circumstances. The moral of the story was clear: shortcuts might offer temporary relief, but the foundation of genuine progress is laid with sincerity and unwavering effort. Encouraged by Oliver's words, Clara returned to her village with newfound determination. She embraced the toil of the soil, plowing, planting, and nurturing with a genuine love for the land. The journey was arduous, but Clara's children joined her in the fields, and together, they transformed their barren plot into a thriving garden. Word spread of Clara's perseverance, and her village celebrated the blossoming fields, now providing an abundance of food for all.
Oliver, witnessing the transformation from afar, felt a sense of fulfillment in knowing that his lessons had taken root in another heart. As seasons passed, Clara's garden became a symbol of resilience, echoing a melody of hard work and dedication. Her tale traveled far and wide, inspiring others to embrace the simple yet profound truth that there is no alternative for hard work. In the end, Clara's once barren land not only fed her family but also became a source of sustenance and hope for the entire village. And so, the fable continued, weaving a tapestry of triumph over adversity, one that resonated with the hearts of those who dared to cultivate the seeds of diligence in their own lives.